Welcome to the CueSports International Expo. This is the Diamond Las Vegas Open with a full field of 128 players. This is the second of 5 U.S. Pro Billiard Series events sponsored and presented by CueSports International and Predator. The game is 10 ball, race to 4, winner breaks, best of 2 sets. If players split sets, we go to an exciting spot shot shootout. And this is George Teache in the booth, right along with Jeremy Jones. We're bringing you the live action from the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Jeremy, we got a heck of a match here.
Yeah, Majid and Biado here, and Carlo to break here in game number 1. He's made a couple on the break and not really unloading like we've seen a lot of the guys do. So.
Well, Carlo's so smooth, and I mean, he's played this format. He came in second in Tucson to Feder Gorst, losing it in the shootout. So he's comfortable here. He's been playing with the Predator rack, second event for him. So does that speak to it in any way, as far as
possibly?
The
yeah, absolutely. I mean, the format's not a shock to his system like maybe some of the others. Majid, he wasn't. In Arizona, just got into the country for the Texas State Open. Looks like he's a little bit snookered on trying to make it. Maybe not. Yeah, it looks like he had to bang it around a little bit.
See, that's one thing a lot of the amateur players and guys about my speed should learn to do is don't be impatient with it and try to be perfect. He just banked it to the bottom rail.
Yeah.
And kept the cue ball on top, leaving both balls in the middle of the table.
Looks like to me he's playing the safety. That's got to
go
a little bit, or is that going to be all
just right? Right behind the 5.
Pretty good, I think. Maybe a swerve shot here at the 2, if he is snookered.
I think so. And tries to bring the cue ball back by the 5. It's softly.
Yeah.
Soft swerve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He may not move it that far. He may try and get a little. Oh, he can see a piece of this. So. Little bit of an opening here.
He went up.
He's let the 2 travel way too far.
Yeah, right in front of the pocket.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, what happens is you're worried about it not moving far enough and maybe landing between the 10 and 7 and giving up a shot. So put a little extra in it.
Now, would you hit this with a lot of right-hand spin and try to go on inside the 5 and back up for the 4, or
ball
go
first,
around the ball?
Mean?
Yeah, ball first.
I think ball first is best. I kind of liked what he did there. I know it. I thought it stayed away from trouble pretty easily.
Yeah, because he's bound to on that shot. You're bound to go towards the side pocket, which would have hit the 10.
Right.
And given him what he did, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh.
Oh boy. That stroke came up. He dropped that elbow. He must have dropped the back part of his arm there.
Yeah, we talked a little bit in Austin about working together. And of course, I've seen him play before, but when someone asks you that, you tend to pay a little more attention to him. I think the one thing he may allude to here in the future is just calming down the stroke a little bit. Not so much changing his stroke, just calming it down. Not quite so much pump action, I guess. I think it's you and I that talked about that in the past, that, you know, all sports you try and simplify your swing as you go along. And same thing in pool, like a Bustamante, for instance, right? He used to have much more pump action than he does now. I think he's realized that accuracy is important.
Yeah, that he's getting tired. There's a lot of pumping.
Yeah, that could be it a little bit, I guess. But accuracy, I think a lot more of that extra movement. You know, I don't want to call it crazy movement. Maybe I'd say unnecessary movement. That leads to missing the cue ball occasionally.
Yeah, I agree with that. Some of that could be, well, I don't want to even think of it as nervous energy, but especially from a player like Bustamante. But Carlo is just, you know, so good at this.
And he has a very short backswing as a whole.
That was like about a 4-inch backswing.
Yeah, not a big guy though, you know. So, but he does follow through. Keeps that cue stick going through the cue ball. Now to a 1-0 lead. This is our last stream match of the night, but we will be back at 12 o'clock Pacific time, coming to you right from the Rio and CueSports International Expo.
Comprised of the BCA World Championships, the USA National Championships, and of course the big Predator World 10 ball with 64 players invited. And that's why a lot of them are here for this Diamond Las Vegas. 44 out of the top 100 players rated by Fargo are here in this tournament today. I was a little surprised we didn't get a couple of other top rated players. I believe Earl was here last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I did see some posts on Facebook regarding players missing that weren't here, and why weren't they here. And we can't answer those questions, but we do miss some of these guys, and love to see them here.
Yeah, there's
all the Hall of Famers should be here if they can make it.
all right.
Here goes
Balls
the 9 ball.
tracking 4 rails. That's what you want. And he had pretty much both of his breaks have really reacted nicely.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to stick to that break, not really trying to crush him, but put a nice heavy pop on the cue ball. You can see the ball's reacting nicely. Anytime those balls are flying out of the rack like that, that's what you want.
And tracking on those lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Well as he hit them, that helped everything track on those lines also. So he's coming back for the 2 in the side, I believe. Requires some touch here. The good thing is the 3's not too bad. He's going to go play past it for the 2 on the other side. So now he's going to have to take on a little sharper angle and move the cue ball doing it.
If he plays the 2 to the side, he can come out to about where the 10 is and be straight in on the 3 ball up on top.
Yeah, it's just
a straight follow shot.
Yeah, and requires some execution though.
Mm-hmm.
Not much room for error here. Great shot. That's weird. As great as Carlo is, he's still, in my opinion, a guy at times that's a little forgotten about as the tournaments move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you say, "Oh, where's Carlo?" I talked about that with, I think it was Roland Garcia here in Texas. That, oh yeah, he's in the Final Four again. You know, it wasn't talked about at all, hardly.
Mm-hmm. We haven't mentioned him since he hasn't been on the stream table, but or was he earlier? No, he hasn't been out for this tournament. It was Dennis that was here.
And Dennis won his 2nd round match over a really solid player.
Over Abdullah Al-Shamari. Abdullah Al-Shamari.
Abdullah, he's gotten better through the years. Comes to the U.S. Open, the International, plays as many big events in America as he can. And you want ask.
Mr. Biado breaking the balls at a score of 2-0, trying to get to 3. Mr. Majid waiting his turn, trying to get to the table.
That's that good speed. The 4's tracking.
Right in.
Yeah, and he's going to consistently get shots. This is pretty much like the template speed on the break, you know.
Well,
I'm not saying the rack is acting exactly like the template, but
I think the way he's
it's
breaking
not bad, though.
The way he's breaking him, it is. And I think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, he's caught the 1 ball really flush every time, so.
I actually believe that if you can get your break like he's handling it, as long as the balls are touching, you're going to get a reaction similar to what he's doing right now and the template. Because even with the rack, when I break them, sometimes it's just the speed of the ball, and those two balls behind the 1 ball track to the side pockets, and of course the other two on the corners go 4 rails.
I wonder how he's going to play this. I'd come 1 rail and try and bump the 9. Yeah, exactly on that line he just pointed. As long as you don't creep on the 9, make sure you bump it to where it gets away 8 or 10 inches. There's no real bad way to go. You know, you could creep above. You could get jacked up. But you see the line I'm talking about there.
Yes, I do.
And that gives you the angle to come across for the 6 easily. Thought he put a little more speed into that 3 ball, but still he's okay.
I liked what I saw there, how he planned his position for the line for the position.
Well,
He went through this rack like it was they were all hangers.
well, I'll tell you what, his break is paying off right now. He's getting some nice starters, some very, very, very doable outs. And also he looks really comfortable. I think last time we saw Carlo in Arizona, there was a little fatigue setting in maybe in that final.
Actually, I remember, and I actually interviewed him after, remember? And I asked him about that. I said, you started out kind of shaky. And he said, well, the outer tables weren't as slippery as the stream table. And that's why I was uncomfortable with the way the cue ball was moving. And it took me a game and a half, you know, to settle in. I thought that was a you know, very short interview, but it gave me a real sense of him thinking through the game and stuff. Just and of course, watching him play is always impressive.
Yeah.
He just makes things look so simple.
Yeah, he's a guy that doesn't vary much. You know, usually just either plays, you know, just great or really great kind of thing.
Well, he's what, 817 Fargo. Puts him at about.
He's not going to change anything on the break, at least not this time.
Number 11 in the world, according to Fargo.
He took a little off of that one, and actually didn't hit the 1 near as flush either. Hit actually called the Brooklyn side of it, the far side, breaking a little from the left side, his left side, and hit a little right on the 1. So now, since that miss on the 4, this is the first shot for Waleed.
Coming down for the side pocket.
And he's got a big area in the center of the table to get to. 4 is really open. The 5 gets you near to the 6. So it's about maintaining here.
See how he's scooping? The tip of the cue was kind of scooping there.
Yeah. Well, he's got a little, like I said, a little extra pumpy movement and got really nice form, believe it or not. Though just everything's in a good spot. You just got to, like I said, calm it down a little bit. Another thing is, for the lighter shots, he really doesn't shorten the bridge much. So that'll make you try to like command a big long backswing on a light shot, and that sometimes will make you kind of decel a little bit, make you kind of not swing the cue like you want. Whereas a lot of players, they'll shorten the bridge on the lighter shots. That way they don't have to really change the swing much. It's something that some players do consciously and some do just instinctively. But you can see there's talent there.
Yes, there is. I'm watching him work through this rack, and he's instinctive. Long bridge. But see how he handles this nice and easy. Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like that shot, it was a light shot, right? So now he has kind of a big backswing, and then you can't really just kind of accelerate like you're used to. You kind of almost guide the forward swing, and then it's hard to really capture the correct speed.
We're going to see about the same shot here. He's going to probably come right back to where he's at. Nice and quiet with the cue there. One up.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
With the 9 and 10 so handy, he can handle a little longer shot on the Ooh, jammed that one in the bit. Caught a lot of rubber for that one to fall at that speed. Good thing is he followed through the cue ball. That helps when you don't hit everything perfectly. Probably a little nervous as well, right?
Yeah, oh sure.
Really used all the pocket.
Majid to break the balls here in the 5th game, trailing 1-3. In this race to 4. It's the opening set. They are playing 2 sets. First time we get to see him break.
He's going to need some help.
He's got it. 5 in the form of the 5 ball.
At least a little bit, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, this may have gotten funny with the cue ball near the rail. The 2's very doable, so he doesn't want to just cross the 1 and lay him on the rail behind the 5 and then leave a jump shot on the 1. I think that's a possible safety. He may try and go to the, can he get to the, oh, he's calling the bank. Wow, this looks off angle. What's he shooting at?
Looks like he's kicking at it.
No, he just elevated.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, it did look kind of funny. He's going to be rewarded.
He's going to get a little lucky, it looks like.
Easy kick, but still.
I'd like to come across this and put him behind the 4, I think. Yeah, I like him banking at this.
Yeah,
for sure.
I wonder if you can track that cue ball behind the deuce.
Oh, yeah, sweet.
Oh.
I thought he did, anyways.
Oh.
Now, I don't know if this 2-4 got playable with the 6 there. He may be able to ticky it in, meaning hitting the 2 real thin and go to the rail and kiss the 4 in, maybe.
I don't think there's room for that.
Yeah, that looks tough. Uber slow speed, maybe? You can maybe make it?
It's got half a ball of space between the 2 ball and the rail.
A little bit, I think. I think he's just got like kind of ideal to be able to have a chance to make it. Not saying it's still makeable, but or he's gonna make it. But I think where he got, if he doesn't mind shooting it very, very slow. Now he could still overcut the 4 a little. Well, he's putting outside English on this to try and help throw the 4 like that. Great shot. Nervy shot, but great shot. Which you have to be kind of a nervy guy to play professional pool, in my opinion. You got to have some nerve.
Well, the thing about Carlos, he's probably shot that shot before. I really, first time I've seen something like that shot.
Oh, really? With outside?
Yeah, with
throwing
the outside.
it back the other way?
Yeah.
I don't know how many times he shot it, but like most of the greats, his pool instincts are through the roof. All right, thin cut shot in the side, but he'll take it on. Looks like natural position going around the 5. Really the shot that probably wins set number 1 right here. Whoa, cue ball, that's got to either go or really hit some brakes. I think he's going to get fortunate and get on the far side of the 7.
He's shaky. He didn't want to be there.
Well, it's the first time either the table has surprised him or he's really overhit the ball by quite some, missed his mark by quite some bit. I don't see the reason for that.
He can come off the back rail.
Yeah, I mean, it does make the 6 to the 7 a little easier, but and really consequently makes the 7 to the 8 much easier as well.
Good look at the young man from Qatar, 34-year-old Waleed Majid.
Yeah, I wonder how long he's been playing. I wonder if that World 9-Ball Championships that resided in Qatar for so long, you know, of course, made him and many others start playing our great game. I'm not sure about that beat. We got there from the shot clock. Okay, chip in 9-ball on the side to win set 1.
Waleed Majid to break the balls to open set number 2. Carlo in the opening lag, so you want to break the first set, and Waleed will get the second set break. This young man is a 6-time Qatar ranking tournament winner. Some high finishes in some World Pool Masters, World Cup of Pool, World 9-Ball Championship in 9th place.
Yeah, it was right there in Qatar where Carlo won his World 9-Ball Championship. So I know these two know each other, that's for sure. Looks like to me he can take on the 1 if he wants in the side. It's not easy. He's just got to either come across and take a little bit of a cut on the 4, or maybe a lot of cut on the 4. Pretty successful break though, huh, George?
Yes, sure was. Cutting this in the side pocket, it looks like, huh?
Killing the ball and taking on the cut from the left side of the table here, like that. Pretty smart. I mean, you're going to have to make.
He's going to settle for the shot, sure.
You got to take a cut on the 4 from somewhere. So.
And this is going to be similar to the spot shot he might be shooting if they if they go to a shootout.
He's got to pick out a speed. He's close to a scratch here.
Oh, in the upper corner?
I think so. Nice, just nice and easy.
Now this is just a straight follow. Come back up for the 6, or would you draw this ball?
Yeah. Looks to me like the draw, but I mean, you can do either, really.
Right.
Table does draw pretty nice, though.
I tell you, as I get older, I just seem to prefer the follow shots if I can shoot them.
Get a little thin here to really have control of the cue ball. He's got to come between the 8 and 9 off of a couple cushions.
I think he's laying just right for it.
Okay, speed's crucial.
He's got to make it to the rail.
Well, he gets there.
I don't think he got there.
Kind of desailed a little bit there on the delivery, and that's what I mean about that large backswing sometimes, you know.
He's got a rail first shot, though, but it's, you know,
kick and
missable.
stick here, though, right?
You prefer the kick and stick to the rail first and get shape on the 8?
I do.
Okay.
Just because you got 2 balls to really bang the 7 down table, and you should be very accurate. Now, this is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Needs to go, though. It's going to get him a little thin cut, but nothing easy. He made that rail first look pretty easy, but it was a no-hanger.
No, those aren't. They look. They're deceiving. They look deceivingly easy. I mean, they look easy, but then all of a sudden you miss them. You miss them. Just.
Nice shot.
Whoa. I like it. What a great way to start the second set in the first game, huh?
Yeah. Kind of reminding Carlo that I'm in the building while he is.
Well, they're not much different in age. I believe he'll be 34 later this month, and Carlo is 37. So they're not that far off. So as far as, you know, you're saying they've probably met in the Middle East, more than likely.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
I'm sure that Waleed has represented the Qatar, who was, like I said, the home country of the event for some, almost 10 years, I guess. They had the World 9 Ball there. Now Matchroom.
Yeah, it was 2014 or something like that. Yeah.
No, many years in a row
okay.
they had it there. Like that was the place for the World 9 Ball Championships. After it left Matchroom's hands, initially, when it started off in Cardiff, then went to Taiwan, and then on to the Philippines, and then it switched hands, and Qatar had it for many years. Now Matchroom has it back, and they had their first one in London during the pandemic, or England rather, this past June. We all know Alvin Ocean won his second World 9 Ball title there.
Smooth player.
Oh yeah. Well, that got a little kiss, didn't it? There,
yeah, it got kissed at the very end.
He hit him pretty good. Yeah, the 8-ball came right in. So Carlo would like to do something with the 7 right now. This is a 3-foul situation if I've ever seen one, when the balls are congested or close together.
I was just going to ask you. I said,
you can rub the 1 and put him behind the 7 to where he has really no kick, I think. But he's going to play the combo. Now let me see how he's going to double kiss the 1 here to hold position, I think. He tried to. I thought he could shave the 1 behind the 7 there, or vice versa, put the 1 on the backside of the 7, the cue ball on top, and get him on 2 fouls pretty easy.
Can you cut the rights? Yeah, and just get behind the 8 real quick. Nice and soft.
Yeah, you're not going to probably get the second foul from this position, though. But, you know, just play it as a regular game, right? Now, you like going to the bottom rail here?
I like going just down the bottom of your screen and straight over at it.
So the side rail, the long rail.
The side rail, the long rail.
This one here, you can kick with a little speed, though. Like that, and hope to get some separation.
He got it. He did that very well.
And Carlo knew that was a pretty soft safety after he missed that double kiss on the 1 to hold position and try to run out. And where's he jumping to here? By the 3? By the 5? I'd be kicking above the 9 here myself. And to the back side of the 1.
Kicking the go rail first?
Yeah, that's all he's doing.
It's too deep.
Well, not only that, I mean, you have to put side spin on the jump shot, it looks like. And that's hard. I like kicking to the left, to top the 9 and coming to the top cushion off the side rail here. And
the 2 rail kick?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's kicking. Off the 5.
Yeah, should hit it. He's going to give up a shot. And a good one.
Well, this is what the young man from Qatar needs. He's got to win the second set to send it to a shootout.
He looks pretty calm to me. So nothing crazy here. Just 1 rail or 2 rails between the 9-10. You can put inside and catch the second rail if you want. Not necessary. It's a nice shot, though. And these guys are at the table, so they see those little angles that we don't see. It makes them do things a little differently at times.
Makes them do things to make us look bad.
Well,
I'm totally kidding with that. That was for you guys to laugh at home, please.
Yeah, we don't mind looking bad as long as they look good.
As long as they look good, that's right.
Okay, just a little draw stroke.
that does look like a Bustamante stroke, doesn't it? When you're watching the tip of the cue.
Yeah, it's a little pumpy, but
yeah.
Okay, probably just one rail here, coming at the 9 mildly. You don't want to go crazy. Yeah, just like that. Don't worry about straight in. Don't worry about too close to it. If you get nice and close like you did here, that's great.
Take a 2-game lead. Oh.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Majid to break the balls for the 3rd game of the 2nd set.
Man, I'll tell you. Go ahead.
Leading 2-0.
Carlo's breaks look great. He got an unfortunate kiss in the last, Majid did, but his breaks look pretty darn good too. He's getting a lot of movement, making balls.
3-ball tracks right at the hole. Here comes the 8-ball, but it didn't go. 5-ball comes across. He's a little. Got a good shot.
Got a great shot. I think the path of the cue ball is going to be going a little into the 7 maybe. I don't know if he can get around the 7. If he can get around the 7, he gets around the 6 and gets shape on the 2.
I actually like the path of the cue ball there. It went all the way back and then came back forward off the rail. Didn't hop, just kind of went straight back.
Like a draw stroke. It looks
Almost
like to
like
me
a
he's
draw
going to
stroke.
cheat this and get around. I was worried about that catching that 7. Well, this break, you know, where the balls are going in, it's been around for a while. You know, with the Camel Pro Billiard Series 20 years ago, we played a lot of 10-ball tournaments. And Efren, that's how he played the 10-ball break, straight on, and he would draw it back to the end rail. He would make those same balls behind the 1 and the sides, and the 4 railers tracking towards the corners. I don't think he can get shape here.
Well, I'm going to have to try that, because if it's good enough for Efren, it's good enough for me.
Wow. It's a pretty nice shot under the circumstances. That was a tough one, having to throw it in with a little right English from 5-6 feet away. He's made 1 bank already. It looked like he was trying to cut this, but we'll see what he decides. And he's going to go ahead and take the bank. That's what I thought he might do.
Just stop the cue ball there.
I can bring it up table a little bit. He may have gotten up table too much, kind of underneath the 6-ball. Yeah. This is cuttable, but man, it's tough, and the cue ball's really got a lot of speed. Does he go for another bank cross side here and hold the cue ball in the end rail?
I don't.
Or does he try to go
so.
3 rails here?
I think you try to go 3 rails, but you're going to go past that 10, which means you're going to come awfully close to that corner pocket.
Yeah, and it looked like he was hitting downward. If you hit downward on this, you're going to get into the 10, unless you're trying to hit like the side rail, in rail up, like a trick shot kind of. No, he hit it way thick. That's why the path of the cue ball was okay.
Well, here comes Carlo. For the first time in the 2nd set?
Yes, sir. Good call. Did most of the shooting in set number 1, so time at the table is not the issue.
Our shot clock squeaking.
Okay, got just enough angle. If he draws this, though, he's going to end up decently thin on the 9. So I don't think he wants to like draw, stun it, and really flirt with that side pocket with the cue ball here. So great camera there.
This is a great shot. Just coming back a little bit.
Yeah, and like I said, he's going to get a little thin on the 9, but he knew it ahead of time. He probably wanted another 3 to 4 inches out of the cue ball there coming back.
It'd be nice, but what he's got there is just center English and just going side by side. It's coming over. Nice clean shot.
Rotation of the cue ball makes that object ball cut easily. Two to one now. Set number 2. This is a winner side match, so both these guys will be back tomorrow. One's going to be in a little better position than the other.
You won't be in a sudden death situation.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to give a little edge to Carlo at the moment, but not much, right? I mean, he's trailing 2 to 1 here in set number 2. Of course, he won set number 1. Now, the one good thing for him, he's at the table breaking. And I think as a whole, I think these two guys have had more success as two players than any other two we've seen, right, in a match as far as the break's concerned.
Yes, they've been both breaking good. Have we had a dry break yet? I don't think so.
Not that I can recall. We had an awful kiss on the cue ball.
And a scratch, yeah.
Yeah, for Waleed. And I think that was game number 2 of the set. He still went on to win that game. A little bit of a mishap and a fine kick shot by Waleed.
Yeah, the winner of this match will face, I think it's Alex Kazakis.
Who just won his second round winners match. And hasn't left the table since he won some 30 or 40 minutes ago.
Shooting spot shots.
Yeah, he's shooting where the spot shot shootout is. He's shooting it also from the initial spot and then also the sudden death situation.
And I tell you, every time I look over, I haven't seen him miss one.
No, he's been pretty solid. Now, these are tricky. It's all about how he gets on this 4 ball right here. That'll lead towards the 5. I don't think the 5 passes the 6 in the upper right, though. No, it doesn't.
So he's got to come back for the 5 in the side?
Most likely. He wants to get pretty heavy on the 4. He can always draw around the 6 if he does so. He gets a little angle both ways, it's still all right. Just, I don't think he wants anything extreme. Is he coming for the side pocket here?
Maybe he can get on the 5 easier this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can.
Well, now he's just kind of perfect, it looks like. He still has the 8 and 9 to deal with. So if he happened to fall on the 5 how he liked to, where he could maybe bump the 8 open. I doubt it, but maybe.
Maybe playing the 5 for the corner. No, nothing there. Unless he wants to move the 8.
Yeah, well, the 8 goes. He has 5 pockets here in a moment, so once the 7's removed, he can move the cue ball a lot of places from the 7 to the 8. 8-9 combo's not terrible either. So the only way I'd try to move the 8 is if I had just gotten absolutely perfect where I wanted to do so. You may come down for the 7 in the side again here. Get past it a little bit.
Is he going to go between the 8 and 9 with the cue ball?
I think so.
That's about the only path he really has.
You may be able to check the cue ball with right English here. Carlo, like most of the greats, they are so great because they use the natural path so often. Now he's perfect. Drop some 2 rails behind the 8. Right there where he's putting his hand. I like below it. He just kind of like, well, do I want to keep moving the cue ball to a little shorter shot in that corner or the side? But I don't think so.
He's got a small landing area, but he's got a nice way to get there.
He's going for that side. And that's good. A little close to it, so the angle's a little more than what it may appear. He can hold it, right?
I think he's going to draw to the rail. No, I guess he held it.
Oh wow, he didn't hold it very, very well.
I thought he was going to draw to the rail and come back. Because it was hard to hold.
Well, the perspective on things when you get close to the ball, when you get close to the object ball, the perspective, not only making the ball sometimes, but what the cue ball is going to do. Supposed to make that, though.
especially on this type of equipment.
Yeah, and the speed he could play it, you know, open the pocket up a little bit. 2-2, set number 2.
We are at the CueSports International Expo, Diamond Las Vegas Open with Carlo Biado. The game of the second set, tied at 2. The second set, after winning the first set, trying to close it out and avoid going into a spot shot shootout, which is the way he lost in Tucson, Arizona, the first Arizona Open.
A 9-ball, no. Looks pretty good here for Waleed, a great starter on the 1. Little work from the 3 to the 4. The one that I'm a little concerned about is the 6, because the 9 sits. It sits like, and you would think, oh man, it makes it a bigger pocket, but sometimes the ball can sit near that corner and make it actually a smaller pocket and not give you much room for error making that 6 ball.
And the 5's up on top, so get him on the short side. In the upper left-hand corner. Can you play the bank to the side pocket?
I don't think so, but I mean, it is playable. I'm just saying that you have to hit it pretty, you have to be accurate. Did he get snookered here? Don't think so, but it's body language.
He's concerned. Spin the ball over a little bit. 2-ball. Well, this is one thing that Majid did not want to do, is let Mr. Biado back at the table.
Yeah, we'll see how Carlo treats this 6-ball. I mean, most likely it goes right in off the 9. But there is a way that where if you hit the 6 a little bit, you could double kiss the 9 with the 6-ball and it could stand up right there in front of the pocket. The good thing is he got angle. You want angle. That way you can be a little smoother with the 6-ball coming in. Watch out for the 9 coming up. And that's another thing. The 9 doesn't necessarily come up and do something bad to you.
Come over to the left side of the 10-ball there for the 8 in the side.
And Carlo's last 2 breaks, he took a little something off. I'm not saying he was crushing them before, but he mishit the one on one of them, and both of them he broke dry. So we'll see what he does after he gets out here to try and win this match.
And he'll be breaking for it. Trying to close out Mr. Majid from Qatar. John Lehman, our referee, racking the balls on that Predator Arcadia Cloth with the Predator Triangle rack under the Predator Arena lights. And he's racking those Predator Arcos balls. Arcos II. Carlo to break. Here we go, trying to close it out. Six-ball tracked nicely, but a little high.
Yeah,
9-ball went 4 rails, a little short.
He's got a nice shot on the 1.
Yeah.
Nice angle to move the cue ball for the 2 in the side. The 4 is a little funny, but there is an area down the table that he can get positioned from the 3 to the 4, kind of in between the 7-10 with the cue ball. Definitely can make the 1, though. I'm looking right down the barrel here. He can go around the 3. I'd suggest just 1 rail between the 8 and 3 with the cue ball, George.
Just perfect.
Wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world if he could bump the 4 open here, right? I mean,
yeah, that's actually that's perfect. Laying for you. I wonder if he even
jacked
played
up.
for it.
Yeah, nice shot.
Yeah.
And he didn't get elevated over the 10. He's elevated a little over the 4, but that's to be expected, you know.
You know, he may well have been playing that position just to do that.
He's in a great spot now. Now he needs an angle on the 4. I don't know if he's going to get it. And now, because he's going to play the 4 probably off a piece of the 5, so he's got to be able to move the rock a little bit.
Down,
yeah, exactly.
Yep. Well, if he hits the 5 hard enough, it goes to the other corner.
Yeah, this shouldn't be struck very hard, though.
No.
You don't want to lose control of anything.
I think the cue ball comes over to that side.
Yeah, but if he's trying to stun it over, he could. Wow, he didn't even hit the 5. So there you go. Look how much he stunned that over. And now he's in trouble getting on the 6.
Yes, he is.
You may have to go rail first. If the 6 isn't playable on the side, he could be in trouble here. He can go rail first and get by the 10 and get up table with the cue ball. Is he warping this like a high ball, making it bend? Oh no, he could cheat the pocket. He fooled us with the body language there, George.
And also the way the ball laid, it didn't look like he could come out of there 2 rails. Or come out of there with a stun shot. I'd like to have gone off the rail there because now he's headed up to the top. Unless he just slow rolls this and takes the cut on the 8.
Yeah, this is where you look, though, not to get over the 10, right? Make sure you're not just dinking this in and being over the 10 with the cue ball. He went clear of that. It's a good play, getting a little thinner on the 8, making sure you can cue easily.
Just go back and forth here, side to side.
Speed's crucial. You just want a little, you know, foot and a half bounce off that second rail. Don't overhit it. Perfect.
By design.
I think he's okay to go forward 2 rails and play the 10 in the side. Maybe not. Maybe he has to draw back here and play the 10 in the lower right. Yeah, he's too straight.
It's tied at 3. A nice break and run can put us into that shootout. And that's one thing that he doesn't want to do. Memories of Arizona might come back and haunt him. He missed the last 2 in Arizona.
Well, if you've ever heard this before, which we all have and all had to do it, definitely has to face your fears. You're going to have to win some spot shot shootouts to win these events. And not only that, I think, not sure. I'm sure after the series is over, they'll do some numbers, but after the first or second round where you have some matches that can be a little lopsided, I think you're going to look at, in the later rounds, like you're going to be going to the spot shot shootout like 50% of the matches, something like that, 40% maybe.
And one of the things about the spot shot shootout is there was a slight change from Arizona Open to this one. Things that they learned in Arizona to adjust was that there was a race to 4 in Arizona, and here it is now and will be 4 innings. 4 innings only.
Well, he's going to take on this cut, I believe. Could get a little bit of bad luck coming up at the table, but you figure just straight down between the 3 and 2 is what he's going to try and do with the cue ball. But he's not going to back off this cut shot, that's for sure. Looks like he's cueing it with a touch of inside English. No, he's a little more middle of the cue ball now. I wouldn't want anything but straight high, I think.
Uh-oh.
Now he's going to get a little thin on the 2, it looks like. Maybe the 4 helps him? No, not quite.
To stop the cue ball.
And he's got a cross side. He may be able to twist in on the slick table. Maybe able to throw it in a little bit.
Just cut. How about cutting the 2 ball and trying to get behind the 3 with the cue ball?
Safety's there for sure. Always kind of look offensive, you know, just because that's how these guys are wanting. Is he going between the 5-8 and around? I think so. Oh no.
He's going safety.
Oh, he got a beautiful kiss on the cue ball there. That's the only way he was going to get the snooker, I think. Let him see a piece of it, so he's got to dodge. He's got to dodge to 4 here with the cue ball. I'm not sure. Is he banking it back down table? Does he have enough? Didn't look like he had enough of that to do that, but
he's trying to get in behind the 4, huh?
Yeah.
Looked like. Well, he's going to be in trouble here.
Well, yeah. You would think that's a little touchy because he's got to cut the 2 a little to get it past the 9. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had shot at this myself and came back with the cue ball, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, you let him. Well, he killed it nice. I think he cut off most of the 2 ball.
Well, if he has to jump it, he's only jumping a small portion of the 9.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much time. He does have an extension, though.
Not so sure he really struck the ball before the buzzer went off anyways, but nevertheless, losing the cue ball in the side pocket.
Thought he did.
He should shoot this in the side pocket where he's standing. Follow down. Carlo uses the draw stroke a lot, but with ball in hand here, you normally want to follow into position if possible. Like, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he needs to move it over to the right a little bit to me.
Come straight at that 8 ball almost.
I think he'll go past it a little bit. He wants to hold this angle. Now this is where he's got to be accurate. Coming between the 5-8 with the cue ball, I think. And what he's seeing is, you know, there's almost as much side pocket as there is rail to get to with the cue ball. And that's always alarming. He's coming inside the 4-5. Wow, I don't know if I would do that. I mean, that keeps you from scratching, of course, but the goal here is getting out.
Yes, I think I go for this.
Yeah, he's just got to play it that way. I know it's like a...
Uh-oh. Is he going to get... No, he's not.
It's okay.
Oh, no, he's not.
All right.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he get corner hooked by that side pocket?
Now he can draw out. He could follow out 1 rail, but the 5 to the 6 is some work, so most likely draws the cue ball. You'd like to get the nice heavy angle to draw, and he did, to draw to the left side of the 8 and up the rail. I'll tell you what, though, after losing the first set kind of convincing in this short race, I was pretty impressed with Waleed.
Coming back the way he did?
That and just, you know, his demeanor was good. Of course, making the shots afterwards is always a plus, but just like the way he looked, I think he's gonna be all right in this event. doesn't mind moving the ball, so he'll probably play for maybe a 3-rail angle off the 8 to get to the 9. Maybe not, maybe just a 1-rail angle. Maybe just no rail angle, just draw the
Come
cue
straight
ball.
over, yeah. I like coming straight across there because, you know, if you go the 2-rail angle, side pocket, the 10.
Yeah, these guys are so good at the line on the cue ball, though. So Carlo stretching it out a little bit there.
And this shot for the match and move on. Mr. Majid who goes to one lost side, and Carlo moves on to play Alex Kazakis. That'll be a heck of a match.
Yeah, and that will start back up again at noon Pacific tomorrow. So stay tuned and keep watching this Vegas Diamond, part of the U.S. Pro Player Series.